Alright, we've got bottom left Stephano against bottom right Axslav. Axslav going again for a pylon, this time a more timely pylon, so he's shaken awake by Stephano the rough way. The only way a player can be shaken awake if he's sleepy, by losing a game in most horrendous fashion, being overrun by lots of beetles and cockroaches. Really quite disgusting, really, unless you're Zerg, but I don't get it. So we're right now you're watching the Grubby Starcraft Series Pro Invitational number 2 in the first round, best of 3 between Stephano and Axslav. Stephano is up 1-0 on the second map you're watching right now on Tawdry Malter. And we've again got Stephano going with a 15 spawning pool and making an additional drone afterwards to get again on 15 supply. And he'll probably try to put up a hatch a little bit before the 3-minute mark. Already sending a drone to check out and test the waters. Second probe heading out by Axslav, I like that. He made a 13 forge and he sent out the second probe, which really is the only safe way to approach Tawdry Malter if you possibly suspect your opponent of going for a 6 spawning pool rush. Ah, nice, I like it a lot, Axslav. You're a nice guy. Going for a 3 pylon block. He's gonna be able to make some cannons behind it and give Stephano a world of trouble. This is one of the known tricks, so to say, one of the known, I don't want to say cheese, which you can do against someone who takes a hatchery really quickly. Not sure if it's gonna win. Did he possibly estimate the timing of a hatchery and think it's hatchery first? I don't think so. I think he has a plan here, and you can see already made the follow-up gateway to block it off. He's gonna need another pylon to block this up. No, not there, not there. What are you doing? No! He needed to make a pylon to the right of the pylon, which was dying, and now this is gonna be a huge resource thing. Please cancel the pylon, and he did. Nice Blizzard graphic, by the way, showing that cancel did give back money. I really like that. Good job, Blizzard. They need more positive feedback. So he did cancel everything, but that was a huge money sink, and really didn't think we'll see such a mistake from Axslav. But perhaps he's not having a very good day. Probe trying to cut out, seeing if there's going to be a follow-up cheese. I don't want to say cheese, follow-up rush from Stephano with some kind of roach rush. He's going to be put at ease in that regard if he sees the creep, but no, he's not heading to the natural yet. In fact, maybe he wants to see if right here at the third base there's going to be a hatchery for a quick third. This pylon of course sees the creep, so what am I saying? He doesn't need to use his probe here. He's just going to go for a merry go-around probably and finally make his way to see if there is in fact a third hatchery going up. No deviation in the opening build order from Stephano. Going again for 100 gas to get the metabolic boost and a whole bunch of drones. The other thing that Axslav did, it was safe. He made a second gateway to block off this impromptu wall here. And then he cancelled it when he was sure that no links were trying to squeeze in. And then he made a cybernetic score. It costs just about 40 or so minerals in cancellation costs, but it makes you safe against any kind of 6 circling run by. The cybernetic score is done, keeps his probe on hold position in between until the zealot is done. Of course you can do without, you can leave no probe there, but then you put yourself open to all sorts of nasty troubles. And now that the zealot is out, he can put that probe back to mining. Safe opening again from Axslav, and that's why I think it's such a pity that he opened with that without really properly making sure the cannon is going to get up and making a pylon over there. Because I really think Axslav has better in him. He's really quite a very good player. So massive amounts of gas being gathered up quickly again, this time going with a Stargate. I have to say it's rather a late Stargate, and of course that is partly to attribute to the opening he had with all the mineral losses, but it's also to attribute to going that quickly for 4 simulators and supporting supply up to 44 supply already. Because actually the first Stargate you can have while having somewhat mostly safe Forge Fast Expand with a Forge first and then a Nexus is somewhere around the 5-minute 45 seconds mark. If you want to get like one gateway unit out first, like a sentry or a stalker or something, you can have your Stargate starting at the 6-minute 5 or 6-minute 10-second mark. And he started actually at the 7-minute 10-second mark. So it's about a minute of game seconds, minute of game minutes later than it could possibly be. But with a somewhat steadier income already, more gas being mined, and it opens itself to the faster robotics facility. Rather paltry defenses, but possibly he knows, just like I know, just like you guys will know in 5 seconds after I tell you, Stephano likes to macro up in the start. He's not very predisposed to doing some kind of early rushes because he's so comfortable in this late game. So really I like that opening, one gate, minimal units, minimal cannons into some void rays and then straight into a robotics facility. It's possibly going to work out pretty decently against Stephano without any kinds of major risks. Stephano going for 3 spore crawlers, 1 in each base for safety, no spine crawlers, doesn't seem to fear any kind of 8 gateway attack, which hits around the 9, 10 or 11 minute mark depending on how many upgrades you get and whether you get blink or not. He does have vision, of course, in the front of the base. He has 2 Dimaga towers. He had an overlord over here which saw a void ray, so that already puts back the timing of massive gateway attacks. Now we've got a whole bunch of buildings coming up. We've got a macro hatchery coming up. 74 drones for Stephano, 57 for Axslav, and we've got a roach warren with glio reconstitution, and we've got a spire coming up. No infestor spit. So normally Stephano likes to get those infestor bits. Could this have to do with the new patch? Could it have to do with the opening that Axslav is doing? Maybe both. I like that observer and void ray killing the only 2 creep tumors that Stephano had. Man, normally when I play Stephano he has a really sick creep spread, but somehow he's choosing these games not to. Is it because his queens are so busy with injecting, or is he taking this game maybe a little bit lightly? I don't know. 4th hatchery coming up. 1 roach and another roach. Meanwhile, 3 cannons and a 3rd. I like that. Stalkers coming in, MC singing a beautiful love song, and we've got Robotics Bay up with a possible production of Colossi coming up. There we go. The ranged upgrade. And Axslav didn't let up much on his own probe production, so 85, 82 now drones against 65 probes. It's about the best you could hope for probably at this point in the game. Quite economical, and really their decisions are gonna matter much more. Decisions, aggression, unit composition. Got almost a grand total of 5 hatcheries for Stephano, so he will be maxed in about 1 millisecond. Corruptors coming in to take care of that void ray. Movement speed for Corruptors is higher than that of void rays. This is an excellent choice really against the combination of both void rays and Colossi. Pathetically small army for Axslav, hoping that he can keep out the forces of Stephano with force fields alone. Cannons not well positioned to stay alive for very long and for the unit to make it there in time. Hopefully he will place some force fields here to keep the roaches away. No, it's quite too late for that. It's going to be more about cutting up forces here, really trying to bolster his cannons defenses. They're all gone, but at least he didn't lose any probes. Colossus here hiding away in the natural. Oh no, Corruptors are looking for it. If this Colossus gets found, it's gonna be really bad. Roaches streaming in here, a lot of Stalkers. 1 attack upgrade on both units. Corruptors coming here, probably gonna do some disease. And again we see Axslav really not with quite enough forces to hold this off. He's gonna be able to have enough now, but he lost a lot of units, which really he can't afford to lose. He only went with 4 sentries and he lost half of them, so no more energy left on them, which means either he has to spend Vespene gas now in sentries, which really he doesn't want to make anymore, or he's going to play most of the game without sentries altogether. You just see mass roaches and mass corruptors No hive tech started yet. I don't think there's an infestation pit. Okay, it's being started right now. Infestation pit. 4 bases, no units here yet. No drones here yet. It's gonna be really okay for Axslav the longer the moment goes on, and if he can find some kind of timing to attack. But right now, right at this point, he's about at the worst possible fight timing he could have. So he has to force build this out. And I think he let in a little bit too many units there, about half of them. Ideally he would have fought about 130, 1/3. But actually that's working out really well for him. Immortal shooting roaches, just a few coming in. Hopefully they won't do too much damage, or this Cinderella story is gonna take a turn for the worse. Colossus is out, Roach is being held off. Well done by Axslav, but some probes going down. I think he has vision of that. And that 6 range Immortal, still too stupid to attack them. Yes, says Blizzard, we can fix Immortal range, but we can't help how stupid they are. Sellers warping in. 145 supply for Axslav. Still no drones saturated here at the 4th hatchery. There is a very high income, however, for Stephano, 2300-ish. 200 supply, hive tech going on, and I have to say Stephano is not really putting enough drones here. I think he could be putting a little bit more. Too busy macroing and attacking. For the same time, Axslav, he's on the clock now. Before I said it's good for him if he waits longer. Now it's gonna be risky. You don't want to fight a huge Broodlord army with just ground, no High Templar, no Void Rays or something like that. So I would like to see Axslav moving out soon. Hopefully he can crush this and then go for a devastating counterattack. Colossi not doing quite enough yet. Don't think they were worth their cost at all. Not sure if he could have known exactly how it was going to go. I don't fault him for continuing to make Colossi, but they didn't do too much. Now hopefully we can see a massive counterattack coming in. Greater Spire being produced. Roach is there, so we're going to need a lot of anti-Roach forces. Stephano is not short on money. He does need a little bit more gas. 193 supply, going to be maxed out rather soon with a sick amount of roaches. But those Corruptors, they're dead food. And we've got 90 drones, so Axslav, he doesn't know it, but this could possibly be the best time ever to attack. And if he did, it might have done him quite well, but if he waits another 2 minutes, it's going to be really difficult. He's getting, Axslav is getting charge. He's got 3 attack upgrades. He's getting armor and a 4th base. All of these are good moves, but he's only now starting his Templar Archives, and that's gonna make it difficult to deal with these 6 or so Broodlords that are coming in now. He does have Blink, he has a pretty big force. Of course, Broodlords means less Corruptors, so those Colossi are gonna do pretty fine. Don't like the positioning there of the Templar Archives. It could be taken down quite soon by the forces of Stephano. Stephano has a lot of workers, so it means his army isn't as big as it could be. 87 drones, which means crushing defeat by Protoss could mean he can win the counterattack afterwards, but he's gonna have to do really well. One thing good for Axslav here, there's no infestors on the field, so no fungal growth on those stalkers. Really doing nicely those costs and killing a lot of units, but suddenly the Broodlings are starting to tank a lot of damage. Most of the ground force has gone down though. Not too bad there, huge remax is going on. 24 roaches coming, just a few Broodlords, and I would like to see a new warp-in of stalkers coming in there, blinking in and killing those Broodlords. And that's exactly what he's doing, nice. Another blink there, maybe killing all the Broodlords. And Stephano's sinking to 167 supply with 149 Protoss. 4th base mining without cannon so far. There he goes. Looks about at the same time as me. And really, I don't think Axslav should be waiting too long now. But of course, he doesn't feel too confident with the size of his army right now. Gonna be risky for him to go across the map since his natural is rather exposed. Not too much mining anymore there, so he's not going to be too invested in protecting this. Already lost his Templar Archives and not remaking it. but that could have something to do with the fact that he didn't see any infestors yet. Stephano knows where he's headed.
Our forces are under attack.
A lot of links coming in here. Colossus out of position and immediately dies. Broodlords attacking the probes here. Got one attack rate. And these roaches doing quite cost efficiency, but a huge amount of forces coming in from Axslav again. Second Colossus going down, but he still has another one. A lot of forces, and he should probably try to pull through here and kill these expansions to hamper Stephano's economy. It would be nice if he made like one Void Ray now or so to attack these Broodlords. Let's see, how's their income right now? More equal than before. We've got nearly 2 bases of full mining for Axslav. With a lot of minerals. It's actually ahead in free supply, so really I think quite well done by Axslav. I think probably Stephano let himself be guided a little bit too much by the patch changes, making a grand total of 0 infestors. I think they're still good, but maybe he felt a bit cheated. Didn't want those somewhat weaker infestors and chose to make none of them. Finally now making 8 infestors, realizing about the same time as I did that they really would be quite useful since there are no High Templars on the field and a lot of armored units. Let's see if those 8 infestors can do quite a lot for him. What is he backing it up by? Roaches. He doesn't have a lot of Broodlords. I think this got taken down by Blink Stalkers. Looking good for Axslav. I like. Another base going up uncontested. You know you're doing comfortable with Protoss when you can just take expansions with impunity and no like links constantly on the field, and that's when you know when you have map control. I mean, the fact that he has a big army which can't get taken down to 0 by Stephano, it means that Stephano doesn't have the idea like, oh, let's send a small portion of my army to go to check for expansion. He has bigger things on his mind. And maybe he should, but who can blame him? He's under a lot of pressure. A lot of drones dying here. Axslav doing very well after that botched 3 pylon wall in. And it just makes me think of an old saying: don't mess with the cornered badger, or something like that. Yeah, I'm not that good at my proverbs, but I think you know what I mean. Axslav was being pressured all game long. Constant attacks by Stephano and no change of pace. So at some point Axslav stabilized and he got his units out, and right about when the Broodlord switch came, Stephano's army just wasn't scary enough anymore, and Axslav got enough. And there we go. Second game goes to Axslav, and we're gonna go see a third.
리플레이가 저장되었습니다.